Alrighty, what is happening? So, I thought I would give this live thing a chance because I'm working from home the next few days. Long story short, just had my baby girl. So I'll show you a quick little photo. Shit, it's like glary, can't really see. But that's the baby girl. She joined us last Monday, so super excited, super happy to have her. And while I'm working from home, I thought, well, this is a good opportunity to go live, test it out, see what it's like. I don't anticipate anyone joining me live because I don't have that many followers, but I'm going to do it anyway, just because it puts me on the spot and it gets me uncomfortable. There's no retakes, there's no reshoots, there's none of that. It's like sink or swim. So today I wanted to talk about respecting yourself. I had to battle with this actually. Rewind like 2 years or so ago. Had a tough time. I would look in the mirror and I wouldn't respect the guy looking back. The funny thing with that is I expected other people to respect me, but if I wasn't prepared to respect myself, why would anyone else respect me? And that's something that I had to wrap my head around because it's like, oh, well, okay, I deserve respect. I command respect. I've done enough to be someone who is worthy of respect. But had I really, how can I expect others to respect me if I don't even respect myself? So I had to start asking myself some pretty tough questions like, do you respect yourself? Probably not. Why is that? And that's where the whole 7 whys, I think the first time I heard it was from a guy by the name of Dean Graziosi. Super smart dude, super successful guy. He crushes in this game called life. And I was listening to a podcast where he said, hey, ask yourself the 7 whys. And he said the first why will be superficial. It'll be sort of up there like airy fairy. But the more times you ask yourself why, the more granular you get with the process. And before you know it, you're hitting some really deep shit. So I asked myself why a handful of times and got to the point that I was a fat fuck and I didn't trust myself. I had no integrity. I had zero self-confidence and a whole bunch of other stuff. So I was like, well, if I don't respect me, I don't think I'm worthy. I think I'm a fat fuck. I'm untrustworthy. I can't hold myself accountable and responsible for things. How can I possibly expect anyone else to treat me any differently if I can't even treat myself a certain way? So I was like, okay, holy shit, this is deep, this is big. What am I going to do about it? And this is where things started changing because it's like, okay, well, I've asked myself the hard questions. And I've been honest with myself because here's the thing, you can ask yourself some questions and you can dance around the subject and you can get superficial and you can basically bullshit yourself into believing something or that it isn't what it is. And then before you know it, it's like, well, okay, you're not serving yourself because you're kind of there just dancing around the subject and you're not really getting to the truth. You're not being honest with yourself, which is something that at the time I wasn't able to do either. So the 7 whys helped me start unpacking that. And I think I had to go deeper than 7 whys, to be honest. But the point is that you've got to go through this process. And for me, like I said, I didn't trust myself. Every single time it was diet starts Monday, workout starts Monday. I'm going to do this Monday. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. But I never actually followed through. So it was like, okay, I had to call myself out. I go, Byron, you're a fucking liar. What you say isn't true. You're untrustworthy. You're a fat fuck. You're doing nothing about it. You're complaining to anyone that will listen. But how are you helping yourself? What are you doing to make yourself a better version and actually fix this? Because at the end of the day, no one's here to save you. You're here to save yourself. And then once you've saved yourself and you've built up this credibility, then all of a sudden loads of people start coming in and they want to help and they want to be part of the process. But until you dig yourself out of that hole initially, no one's there. It's a dark place and you've got to do it all on your own. So it started with being honest, and then it became a point of, okay, well, holy shit, I don't like who I am. That's why I do not respect myself. So what am I going to do about it? So for me, it was writing down what I didn't like about me and then having a battle plan or a process that I needed to undergo in order to undo the bad. And it was a simple thing initially. It was journal every day so I could control what was happening in here and make sure that what was being said in here was positive mindset stuff. Like if I constantly told myself I'm a fat fuck, I'm a piece of shit, blah, blah, blah. Well, you start building up this narrative in your head. And then anytime some kind of stumbling block comes, you're like, well, of course that's going to happen because I'm a fat fuck, because I'm a piece of shit, because I'm this, because I'm that, blah, blah, blah. And you build this sorry victim mentality that doesn't serve you in any way, shape, or form. So it started with journaling. And I started with a to-do list. Every single day, I had non-negotiables. And it was things like, okay, I'm going to work out. And I'm going to not just work out and tick a box. I'm actually going to work out and push myself outside of a comfort zone. And that was one of my non-negotiables. Because at the time, I was working out. I was going to the gym every day. The gym is my thing. I go every day. But I was going in, I was ticking a box. I was just going through the motions. And I was like, well, I turned up at the gym today. And that was it. It didn't really serve me. So it was like, okay, now we're turning up with intention. We're going to track it. We're going to make sure that the shit that we're doing is recorded so that I know tomorrow when I turn up at the gym, did I do better than I did yesterday? The 1% rule. I posted a video about it. If you haven't seen it already, look for 1% rule. It's somewhere. I don't know. Okay, last week I did 10 push-ups without taking a break. This week I'm going to do 11 or whatever. Keep it simple. It doesn't have to be rocket science shit. You don't have to do huge fucking curing cancer things. You just got to keep it simple. Back to basics, which was another one of my non-negotiables. Go back to the basics. Stop trying to do all this weird and wonderful shit and overcomplicate stuff. Because for me, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you as well, if I want to give myself an out, I complicate stuff to the absolute max. If I can make something super, super complicated, then I give myself a shit ton of outs, right? Because then it's like, okay, well, I have to do these 50 fucking things perfectly in order to get the result that I want to get. If I don't do those 50 things perfectly, well, shit, then it's not going to work. And then you give yourself an out. Where you're like, well, I stumbled at step number 3, so of course it's going to be a fuck up. I might as well just give up now. No, keep it simple. You don't need to overcomplicate the wheel. You don't need to do stuff that's like super rocket sciencey. This game called life is actually simple. The simpler you keep it, the better. So I had my non-negotiables. I was drinking water every day because I realized that I was drinking too much coffee and things like that. But the most important thing was, okay, I journaled it. I wrote it down. I had my stuff. And then it was like, okay, holy shit, now I actually got to do the fucking work and stay consistent with it. Because what can happen is you can go, okay, cool. I'm going to journal. I'm going to write all this stuff out. Awesome. But then you don't do the fucking work. And then nothing happens. Nothing changes. You're just the same version of yourself that you were a week ago, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, whatever it may be. So you actually have to put in the work and do the fucking shit. This is where we've built a program that can help you. This is why I've done this video. I wanted to tell you a little bit about my pain points. And then I want to tell you about how we've solved it. So MDK project, that's something that I was part of not that long ago. I am still part of it, obviously, but I don't go through the project all the time. I'm now part of the process. Huge life-changing thing for me. It was massive. It was a fundamental shift in mindset, accountability, and all that other good stuff that I needed. But off the back of that, we've built this program called Battle Ready. Battle Ready is 90-day transformation. We keep you accountable. So we coach you through your mindset. We coach you through your nutrition. We coach you through your fitness. Because those are the 3 fundamentals that if they are not dialed in and they are not waxed, you're going to have a tough time and you're going to, long story short, you're going to fuck shit up. Like I did a video again not too long ago about the fact that like everything is intertwined and everything is meshed together. So I related it to like a shoulder injury. And I said, hey, if your shoulder's fucked, everything else is fucked. Like everything else is a snowball effect of everything that gets wrecked off the back of that. So once we dial in the nutrition, the fitness, and the mindset, then all of a sudden we can start playing and we will see things like financials start coming together. So we had one guy that's just gone through it now. He's, I think he's on day 88 or 87. And one of the feedbacks he gave us, he said, hey, I joined this because I needed to be fitter, but holy fucking shit, my body's changed. I feel amazing. And off the back of that, my business is fucking crushing. So he owns a pizza business. Before he started this transformation, he was doing like 1,000 pizzas a week or something like that. And in the last 90 days, he's managed to double his pizza business. I think it's double. I might be bullshitting on that. Maybe he 50% grew it. But I'm pretty sure he doubled his business. I might have to check that and just make sure. But either way, his business has taken off because he's in a better place mentally, physically, emotionally. He's more dialed in from that perspective. He's held himself a lot more accountable and he's done the fucking work. And now he's receiving the rewards. And that's what this is all about. It's like you got to do the work, then you receive the rewards. You don't get rewarded for doing fuck all. But that's where we've got this game called life all mixed up and all wrong, is everyone wants to get paid before they put in the fucking time. We've got it right. So with Battle Ready, We're going to make you put in the fucking time. We're going to make you put in the work, the sweat equity, the accountability. We're going to dial in that fucking mindset. So when you look in the mirror, you don't keep going, hey, I'm a piece of shit. I'm a fat fuck. Because that's not serving you. That's not getting you anywhere. That's a fucking victim mentality that's going to keep you down. And it's going to be what's going to basically put you in an early grave. So we're going to dial that in. We're going to fix that shit up. And we're going to hold you fucking accountable. Because at the end of the day, I did this with no one holding me accountable. But I was so fucking headstrong at the time. And I was so sick of being disgusted with the person that was looking back at me that I didn't need anyone to keep me accountable. I was so fucking disgusted and pissed off with who I had become. And I've said this in other videos. I heard a podcast where a guy said to me, hey, or a guy said on the podcast, sorry, he said, would the 13-year-old you be proud of the man that you are today or the woman that you are today? And that one, it was like a dagger to the fucking heart. Because as soon as I heard it, I was like, shit. No, he would be disgusted. He'd be disappointed. He'd be so let down. And he wouldn't want to grow up. Like, why would the 13-year-old me at the time want to grow up and be a fat fuck piece of shit who didn't care about anyone else but himself? Why would he? He'd be disappointed. He'd be upset. There's more to this game called life than just playing for me. And I've realized that now. And so that was a massive catalyst for me. So I didn't at the time need anyone accountable to hold me accountable. But it sure as fuck would have been a whole lot more helpful if I did have people holding me accountable, because there was a few times that I fell off the wagon and I didn't put out as much as I should have. And I knew it, but I also had the narrative in my head that was saying, dude, you're tapped out, you're tired, you've gone 20 days without a break, like pack it in, you know, you've done awesome. 20 more days than what you thought you could do, blah, blah. And this like negative bitch voice that goes on in your head starts playing this tune and it fucking gets out the little violin and starts playing the violin game for you. No, we're going to hold you accountable. We're going to make sure that your mindset, your nutrition, and your fitness is fucking dialed in and waxed to the point where everything else then falls into place. Your family, your fitness, your finance, your faith, all that shit comes like stacking together and we build you. And then off the back of that, the world is your oyster. Because now you look in the mirror, you respect who the fuck you are, and all of a sudden you give off a different energy. If you don't respect yourself, you give off an energy that basically says, I'm a piece of shit. No one should respect me because I don't respect me. But as soon as you look in the mirror and you're proud of who the fuck you are, like I am today, I am proud of who I am. I know there's a lot of room for growth, blissfully dissatisfied, but I'm a shit ton more proud of who I am now. And the 13-year-old me would want to be who I am today, not who I was 2 years ago or 18 months ago. So once you have that, you give off a whole different energy. And then this whole game of life just all of a sudden opens up and you start seeing way more opportunities. People want to be around you. People want to be friends with you. People want to do business with you. People want to work out with you. People come to get advice from you. They want to help you, serve you. They want you to serve and help them. And all of a sudden you're in a position where you can help and serve. And now I get so much more fulfillment out of this game called life because I'm in a position where I can help people. I can be a better man. I can give advice knowing that it comes from a place of like fucking love, because I've been there, I've done that. I know what it was. I know how it fucking sucked when I didn't respect myself and I was a fat fuck and I looked in the mirror and I was disgusted. I know how much that hurts. I know the fucking pain that came with that and how I then started trying to escape this game called life. So I would drown myself in work. Pardon me. I would drown myself. I was overworked. I'd work 18-hour days because I didn't want to face who the fuck I really was. And when I wasn't working, I was gaming so that I didn't have to, again, face who the fuck I was. It was an escape. So I was escaping through work and I was escaping through gaming. Now, other people escape through drugs, alcohol, fucking pornography, all sorts of shit, horrible, horrible stuff that doesn't serve you in any way, shape, or form. But they escape because it's a way of getting away from who the fuck they are. And then they don't have to look in the mirror and ask themselves those hard questions and say, why am I so disappointed? Why am I so disgusted? Why am I fucking escaping all the time through drugs, alcohol, fucking rock and roll, infidelity, all that shit, gaming, work? Because don't get me wrong, work is definitely an escape. If you want to avoid your family and stuff like that, you just overwork. You don't have to go home because I have to work 16 hours today, love. Sorry, I can't come home. It's an escape. So let us help you. Let us be someone that you can come to. We will help you get out of this rut and start looking in the mirror and respecting who the fuck you are, because you deserve that. you're worth that. So that's my spiel for today. Please like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Send this to a friend that you know needs some help. And if you do want to know more about Battle Ready, drop a comment below, put Battle Ready, and I will reach out to you. Alternatively, follow me on Instagram and Battle Ready me on Instagram, and I'll give you as much information as you need. Let's help you get to where you are now and make you get to where you want to be, because no one wants to be here. This game called life is about progression. It's about evolving and adapting and becoming better every single day. The more you do that, the more likely you are to become who you want to be at the end of this. So let us help you. Let us be your guides. And let's crush this game called life together. Happy fucking Wednesday. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll catch up with you guys all later. Cheers for now.